Okay, let's keep talking about the Levi's jackets. This time, Taiwan, that belonged to LBC line that was released in 2022. Let's go to the characteristic construction and see how close is to the original one. See you inside. 3. Okay, this is Taiwan jacket from Levi's belonging to the LBC line released in 2022. Why I want this jacket? It's because I want to complete my collection with this Taiwan. I already have Tai 2, Tai 3, then why not have the Taiwan too? When I found out it was released really this year, I started to search in online where I can buy this. It was very, very difficult. The only place where I found it was in shops in Japan, and websites of shops of Japan. And some very, very expensive and other less expensive, but the other problem was the size. But anyway, at the end I found my size. Let's go a little bit how I be sure that it was faithful to the period that this state in the label, which is 1936. I use this reference. This book is fantastic and has a lot of information provided by Levi itself. Then why not trust in this book? Then, according with this book and the sources that I found online, that this jacket is very, very faithful to the period. Let's start first with the characteristic of the jacket, and then let's move on the measurements and the denim itself before to go to a fitting test. The jacket itself is very similar to the Taiwan. Remember, this blouse jacket was released, was started production in 1870s, officially named 506 back in 1890s, and since then I have a few modifications that don't change much the shape of the jacket itself and the characteristics. First one, we have the pleats. That's the pleats. These are very common, and we've seen this in type 2. We have one pocket on the left side. The pocket is and the red tab, with, according to Levi's, start to add in the red tab in 1936. Also in 1936, changed the shape, the type of the buttons, and become this kind of button. The word that before we used small buttons. The number of the button itself are the same, are 5 buttons, 5 buttons, and one pocket on the left side. The pocket, let's remove the flap, and the pocket has the rivets instead. The bar tacking has rivets, as was originally. In terms of the construction is, look at this. I'm going to show it here. This interrupted stitching has interrupted stitches and the transition. After this, this kind of construction still is used in the earliest type 2 jackets, and after that they changed for continuous stitching. And another detail is the back cinch. We have the back cinch here, is with rivets, back cinch and rivets, to reduce the size and the waist. And look at the shape of the pleats here. The shape of the pleats, a really good design, because this allow to reduce the waist without affect too much at the level of the back of the shoulders or shoulder blades. The sleeves are wider. Look at this. The sleeves are wider than the type 2 to give room and space for the worker. Remember, this is originally a garment designed for workers, and has, again, no bar tacking, but has this rivet here. That's the reinforcement. So far, so good. And let's go back to open this. Let's open this. Then inside we have as the type 2. we have the type 2, here the Selvedge, red Selvedge, yeah, in the same design until here. We have the rivets inside for the cinch, the leather patch, and every garment guaranteed. This tend to disappear in after 1953 due to the legal implications of have this phrase here. The pleats are, the pleats are for cut these threads, and you can have more room in the jacket. And simple like that. Let's talk about the denim itself now before to move to measurements. Look at the button holes. The button holes are a stitch first, a very strong stitching first, and then cut through after. That's a knife cut description. This chain stitch here, chain stitch construction, all the way, fillet seams, and the chain stitch used two colors of thread, yellow here and gold here. I don't know if you can appreciate the difference. Yellow here and gold here. Okay, that is a good take on this. Then, as always, there are the two colors of threads, and as you see in the waist, we have yellow and orange or gold. Yellow, orange, or gold. Leather patch, as you see before, and the collar is a little less wider than the collar of the type 2. This is the collar. Otherwise, there is no much difference. We have the stitch on the sleeve, sorry, which is gold here and yellow here. This is very characteristic of the jacket of that period. Very, very characteristic. And let's talking about now the denim. The denim itself. We know that the type 2 jacket has 13.8 ounce. This is 12.5.7 ounce denim, and is according to Levi's. This is the same characteristic of the Con Mills denim. Then we expect have the same kind of the aging in this jacket. For those people do like to have the characteristic of the Con Mills, or despite Con Mills don't do any more Selvedge because it's out of business. The same denim used for the 150th anniversary 501 made in China is the very same denim. For those people who want to know about the denim, the characteristic of the denim in the 501's 150 years anniversary is the very same denim, which is very different to the LBC. It's very different to the LBC. Either way, are both made by Kaihara Mills. This is raw denim, unsanforized. That means the wrinkage, what you might expect, is 10%. According to the different places who sell this jacket, and even with Levi's, is you expect to shrink one size. Then you need to choose or pick a size larger, which is different to the type 2. The type 2 don't say it's necessary to size up to consider the shrinkage. They're talking about the 5-10% shrinkage, and that's it. And not other place talking about you need to size up and only say that if you want looser fit. This is quite boxy. Have you seen? It's very square jacket. Yeah? Very square jacket and short. Let's see the measurements now. In terms of measurements, we're going to have here the most important for me with the chest, with accommodated chest. My chest is 44 inches or 112 centimeters. In this case, is the width is 24.5. It's 24.5. It's talking about 10%. You're gonna reduce at least 2 inches. You're gonna be almost in the limit. Maybe I need a bigger size. But keep in mind, this meant to be wear roomy. It's not a slim fit. The waist is 23.5. It's only 1 inch in the tapering on the jacket, which means it's very square and boxy fit. You see sleeves. The sleeves are 26 inches. 26 inches. Okay, 26 inches. And the back is 21.5. There's really good space for layer up. Again, it's not a slim fit. That's something that you need to keep in mind. It's not a slim fit. If you're looking for a slim fit and try to rely in the shrinkage, what you're gonna have is maybe a really short, really short jacket with the short sleeves. Then keep in mind that to wear this, to stylish this, the only way is having boxy fit. If you're only slim fit, you need to choose different jacket. But anyway, this jacket is not for everyone because don't fulfill the taste of everyone. Usually what happens is you're looking for something make you a slimmer, how it's fitting. But in this case, it's very boxy. And those people who like heritage style, of course, they don't have any problem with this. Look at this, the wide width of the sleeves. This close to the shoulder is 11 inch, and the size of the elbow is 9 inch, like a leg. And in the breast is the opening is 6 inches. It's very roomy. You're gonna see when I do the fitting. But I think this jacket is designed in the way it was wear at that time, and having all the details that has the 1936 issue. This reissue is very faithful. In terms of the red tab is starting to be placed on back in 1936 as this jacket, only in one side like this. It's very faithful. It's very faithful. Unless you want a real vintage where it's going to be very difficult to find one, this is the way to go. Even though probably most of you are going to need to wait until there is a reissue. Think about the size 46 and above, 46, 48 you used to make Levi's. In the back has the T. That means has 2 panels, has the famous T. I think in the website of Japanese has 46 with this T. I'm pretty sure I've seen that, but it's only 46 size and above, and I think the only issue is 46. And that's it. I think we cover all the parts of this jacket, which I think is one of the best reissues of Levi's after the Type 2. Anyway, for the people who think this not looks like a good denim, it's really good denim. The thing is, it's starchy and rigid, but after the first wash, you're gonna see how the things evolve and change. I tell you because I have done wash with similar denim, but if I go 150 anniversary, I do the washing, and all this rigid and plastic feeling has disappeared, has gone. Now it's behave like a normal jean. Anyway, let's go to try the fitting and see how things goes. Okay, this is how fit the Type 1 from Levi's. Okay, the front, the side, the back, and the other side. Okay, my final thoughts. Before to give my final thought, If you like this video, please consider subscribe and give me thumbs up. Help me to grow this channel. What do you think about this jacket? First, it's not a fashion jacket. I think it's something that belongs to the archives and is a reproduction or reissue of the 1936 issue of this jacket, with the purpose was for clothing for or garments for workers. That's why it's short. That's why it has wider sleeves, and there's the pleats to give space for mobility and to doing the daily task. If you're looking for a jacket that has that characteristic, this is your way. But if you're not, you're looking for a slim fit, and it's not this the way, because this, as you see, this is not slim fit, even though it's gonna shrink when I do the wash. Always gonna be a tad boxy, always. But to me, it's a very, very nice jacket. In terms of construction, the quality is fantastic. It's really good construction and very accurate to the period. It has all that details that made this very, very faithful reissue. Do I recommend this jacket? Yes, I recommend this jacket if you like this style. Of course, if you don't like this style, like I said before, it's not your cup of tea. But as something different for your collection or your wardrobe, it's a good pick. See you on the next. Bye.